Victor is asking actually a little bit more about the ARR. We'll have more complete information actually on the warranty section, so make sure to keep that tuned for that update. Right now, we're just providing that kind of initial confirmation that we've gone ahead and phased in. Like I said, we have support for the rapid replacement program in place. That is something we've already offered for years on all of our LCDs. In fact, compared to some other manufacturers, it's interesting people have been talking about warranties when it comes to displays. Asus is really one of the only manufacturers unilaterally on every single LCD that we've offered has always been a 3-year warranty. There are competitors in the marketplace that actually have an $800 LCD and literally only offer a 1-year warranty on their LCD. That's not the case with Asus. Whether you buy a $110 monitor or you bought a $2,000 LCD monitor, they were all 3 years. So we have now, again, added in the burn-in warranty protection along with the openly disclosed bright dot and the dark dot pixel policy. And then we're also, like I said, adding in our thermal mitigation technology. We're adding in the OLED care options through firmware and through software. So trying to provide a comprehensive level of support for people that do want to adopt into an OLED based display.
As monitor manufacturers have finally listened and increased their OLED burn-in warranty from the likes of Asus and MSI, now including up to 3 years of OLED burn-in protection. In one of my recent videos, Asus had a 2-year OLED burn-in warranty. Now they've increased it on the PG32UCDM to 3 years, and they're finally updating the marketing, so there's no confusion on that imminent release date of February 16th, which you're going to see confirmation from an Asus rep later on in this video. But Asus is not the only one giving you that warranty, as MSI also has now included a 3-year burn-in warranty on all of their OLED gaming monitors. As stated here, the MAG, MPG, and MEG versions on the 27, 32, 34, and 49-inch gaming monitors. This is peace of mind, friends, as when you're buying these monitors, you want to make sure you're covered, as this is just breaking news. There's a lot of confusion out there. So I break my head for you, friends, so you don't have to. So please hit that like button so more people can see it, to know what's out there, and know what features they're getting into when they're picking that perfect monitor. And so far, as we're specifically talking about OLED gaming monitors, we now know MSI has increased their QD OLED lineup to support a 3-year warranty. Also, make sure you keep an eye out on the Asus warranty page. I just wanted to bring you that information, friends. That is very important, and I hope it helps you make that awesome buying decision. But that's not all the news I got for you today. We finally have confirmation that February 16th is the launch date, and JJ from Asus has all the details. So I'll leave you with this live stream, as there's a lot of important information that I was able to condense, so you know what you're getting yourself into. And I honestly believe the PG32UCDM will be the best QD OLED version on the market today, when it's released in a couple of days. So thanks for watching, friends. Hit that like button, and let's listen in to the endgame QD OLED gaming monitor.
So now let's go ahead and talk about the PG32. So again, our pretty much formal kind of launch kickoff for the PG32 is going to be on the 16th. So that's just going to be coming up in just a couple of days, where you're going to have the PG32UCDM. So this will be the first 4K 240 hertz gaming display that is not going to be curved on the market. We're very excited to be offering it. Now, I won't say it's the first 4K 32 because we actually already had a 4K 32-inch display on the market. We were the first manufacturer. We actually still have that monitor. It's under our ProArt line, but it uses a different panel. It uses a non-W OLED panel, a native RGB OLED panel from Japan OLED, or this is actually from LG as well. So the LG 3rd generation panel, very similar to the PG34. What you're going to be getting here, excuse me, this is a QD OLED panel as opposed to the W OLED panel on the PG34. So again, we kind of go back from when we went to 49, where we had glossy, we then had the 34, where you had the AR. Now here we go over to the QD OLED again, so we're going to get glossy. So again, always kind of keep in mind QD OLED is going to give you that semi-glossy type of experience. You have to account maybe a little bit more for that ambient handling, direct overhead lighting, maybe periphery-based lighting considerations, and then the W OLED, which would be that AR. But the rest of the spec, pretty close to what we just talked about, right? So 32 inches, 31.5, 4K resolution, 240 hertz, that high brightness performance, essentially an HDR 1000 based certified monitor. It does have the uniform brightness limiting, USB-C, the smart KVM with picture-in-picture, picture-by-picture support, the display widget center. Now, one update is going to be the actual warranty policy that we'll be offering for the PG32UCDM, and this will actually be launching with a 3-year warranty protection. Quite comprehensive in that, so that is going to be a differentiation. So keep that in mind, that if you're looking for even an additional level of assurance, we will be offering that for the PG32UCDM. So a 3-year warranty level of protection on this display. in terms of that. And that all wraps up into, again, our OLED care protection policy. So when we talk about the OLED care, again, remember that's everything from the thermal design to the firmware software experience that we have through, of course, Display Widget Center and mapped in within the firmware. That is also going to include the warranty and the burn-in protection. And it also includes something that some of you guys may not be aware of. ASUS openly discloses a policy for what we call dead pixel or dark dot and bright dot. Some manufacturers do not openly disclose a rating or a standard for this. With ASUS, we do have an open rating specification that we will adhere to from a warranty standpoint. So that means if you're wondering, you can actually go to the panel warranty page and you can actually see if the panel has a certain number of bright dots, then it would qualify for warranty coverage. If it has a certain number of dark dots, it would qualify for warranty coverage. Some manufacturers do not have an open statement in what they will cover regarding bright dot or dark dot. So we factory calibrate, we provide you that burn-in warranty protection. We're also providing you our ARR policy, which is an ASUS rapid replacement option. It does mean you have to put a credit card on file if you want to have an advanced replacement, but that is also something part of our comprehensive warranty program. So again, you look for pretty much all the final details, more to come on the 16th for the PG32UCDM. Let me go ahead and quickly see. I know I've covered quite a bit here, so let's just see what we might have in terms of questions that might pop up, and we'll go from there. Will the ROG Swift PG32UCDM be available in Best Buy, and if so, when? So, hey, actually can't confirm yet on 100% on the channel retailers. Make sure to keep it tuned, like I said, for the 16. We'll have confirmation regarding actually our channel availability partners. So channel availability is always a little bit variable depending on the products in terms of the logistic timeline. So sometimes a channel partner might not have immediate channel availability, but that might come in logistically a little bit later as they kind of skew in the product. So we might see that initially you might have availability from, let's say, like Micro Center, the ASUS store, and Newegg, and then like in a month you might see Amazon, depending on their logistic rollout. But we'll release essentially all our confirmed channel partners when we actually formally kind of kick off the launch for that on the 16th. So keep it tuned on that side, okay? Is ASUS able to squeeze out any performance out of the UCDM, or is it still 1000 nits, etc., expressed by the 3-year burn-in? Thanks for that feedback. I can't give you yet the performance numbers. I've seen varying performance numbers. I think the more important thing to remember when you talk about brightness performance is not just the certification number. A very good example of that is if you looked at our ROG Swift PG27 Swift OLED monitor, right? Even though there was many manufacturers that all had 1000 nits, it was irrelevant. Really what you saw is ASUS had much better SDR performance and much better HDR performance, because there are going to be aspects of how the actual firmware is tuned. There's also the elements of, like I said, the thermal management. So there's other factors that come into the overall performance that you will see presented onto the display. When we actually internally are doing our testing, we do testing not only at target windows, so things like what are we seeing at 10%, what are we seeing at 3%, but also what do we see within video games themselves when you're playing games or when you're actually watching video content. So in that perspective, I can tell you that the numbers for me, I think, are quite performant. I think people will be very satisfied with that. I think, again, for people that might have seen older OLED displays and didn't feel that they were bright enough resonant to either SDR performance or HDR, I think you can feel confident that you'll have a positive experience in that respect. But keep tuned. You get all kind of that weighted data in the not too distant future. But don't just focus, I think, on purely that certification number, if that makes sense, because that's not the only limiting factor. Also, we didn't note this, I believe initially at the launch, but it is already confirmed, is that we will also be offering Dolby Vision support, so we'll be that first one to offer that. We have also confirmed BFI support, so other kind of differentiation points that ASUS will be bringing to the bear, where ASUS is now the first manufacturer to be offering BFI support on OLED, which we're offering actually on our QD OLED as well as our LG-based OLED solutions, and also Dolby Vision, although Dolby Vision is exclusive right now to the UCDM, and that will be with a forthcoming firmware update. That won't be actually available on the LG units at this time, okay?